In 1979, something incredible happened in the world of numismatics, something that no one could have ever predicted. It wasn't an ancient coin discovered in a forgotten treasure chest or a minting error on a coin that had been part of a centuries-old collection. It was something that looked, at first glance, like an ordinary, everyday piece of currency, a 5-cent coin. But, as history would soon show, it would become far from ordinary. The coin in question was the 1979 5-cent piece, also known as the Jefferson nickel. On its surface, it seemed like any other nickel minted during that year. The obverse side depicted the face of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, while the reverse featured a depiction of Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello. These coins were minted in vast numbers, as the U.S. Mint produced millions of nickels every year to support the needs of a growing economy. In 1979, the U.S. Mint was focused on producing coins that were meant to circulate in the day-to-day lives of Americans. Nothing about the 1979 nickel would have stood out to anyone walking around with one in their pocket, yet, this seemingly insignificant coin would later become one of the most famous and valuable coins in the history of numismatics. It was a coin whose worth would rise into the stratosphere, from a mere 5 cents to an astronomical $322 million. But how could something as mundane as a 5-cent coin have such a dramatic change in value? The answer lies in a very unique set of circumstances, an unexpected error, and the incredible ways in which collectors can turn a piece of history into a treasure. The story of the 1979 5-cent coin is a tale of rarity, value, and the surprising twists and turns that sometimes happen in the world of collecting. It all began with a seemingly small mistake in the minting process, one that went unnoticed by the mint at the time. The U.S. Mint is a highly controlled and carefully monitored institution. Every coin it produces goes through rigorous quality checks and meticulous processes. Despite all this, errors can still occur. The process of producing millions of coins each year involves a great deal of precision, but it also leaves room for small, unintentional mistakes. These mistakes, while small, can lead to rare coins that are highly coveted by collectors. For the 1979 5-cent coin, the error involved a slight deviation in the coin's metal composition. Most U.S. nickels are made from a combination of copper and nickel, but due to a minting error, the 1979 nickels were struck using a slightly different metal alloy. This subtle change in the composition was small enough that it was not immediately noticed by mint officials, but it would become the key to the coin's later value. This error would turn an ordinary nickel into an extraordinary one. The first indication that something was different about the 1979 nickel came a few years after the coin had been released into circulation. A group of savvy collectors, with a keen eye for unusual details, began to notice that some 1979 nickels seemed to have a different appearance than others. These particular coins had a slightly brighter shine, and they didn't tarnish as quickly as other nickels did. Upon closer inspection, these collectors realized that the metal composition of the coins was slightly different. The coins didn't have the same feel or weight as the usual 1979 nickels. Curiosity led them to investigate further, and soon they discovered the truth behind the coin's unique characteristics, a subtle but significant difference in the metal alloy. This discovery quickly became the talk of the numismatic community. For many collectors, this was the moment when the 1979 nickel went from a regular piece of currency to a highly coveted item. As word spread about the unique nature of these coins, the demand for them began to skyrocket. As is often the case with rare and valuable coins, the price of the 1979 nickel began to climb. What had once been a simple 5-cent piece now commanded attention from investors, collectors, and even casual enthusiasts. The prices of these coins soared as people scrambled to get their hands on them. What started as a small group of collectors on the lookout for rare coins soon expanded to a global market, with people from all over the world trying to find and purchase these extraordinary nickels. The excitement surrounding the 1979 nickel wasn't just about its rarity or its unique composition. It was also about the story behind the coin. Numismatics isn't just about collecting coins for their monetary value, it's about the history they represent. Each coin has a story to tell, and the 1979 nickel's story was one of surprise and discovery. The coin was produced in a large quantity, but only a small fraction of those nickels contained the minting error that made them so valuable. This made the coins incredibly rare and difficult to find, further driving up their worth. The 1979p nickel became a symbol of how a small mistake, a deviation in the minting process, could turn an otherwise ordinary piece of currency into something that was worth millions. People from all walks of life began to seek out these rare coins, hoping to be part of this incredible story. The coin wasn't just valuable because of its metal composition or rarity, it had become a cultural phenomenon. The idea that a simple 5-cent coin could be worth millions fascinated people. It showed how, sometimes, even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. At the peak of its value, some of the 1979p 5-cent coins were being sold for as much as $322 million. This staggering amount of money made the coin one of the most expensive pieces of currency in the world. The immense value of the coin had a profound effect on the world of coin collecting. Collectors, investors, and even casual observers began to view coins in a new light. What had once been a niche hobby, limited to a small group of enthusiasts, suddenly became something that attracted widespread attention. People were captivated by the idea that something as commonplace as a 5-cent coin could hold such extraordinary value. The story of the 1979p nickel was also a reminder of the unpredictable nature of the collectibles market. The value of rare coins is often influenced by factors that are outside the control of collectors or even the US Mint. The coin's value didn't rise because of its official design, its historical significance, or its place in American culture. It rose because of a mistake, an unintentional flaw in the minting process that made the coin unique. This is what makes the world of numismatics so fascinating. The rarity of certain coins isn't always dictated by their intended value but by the serendipitous nature of production and the interest of collectors. The story of the 1979p nickel is one that continues to captivate people to this day. Its remarkable journey from an ordinary 5-cent coin to a $322 million treasure is a testament to the unexpected ways in which objects of historical significance can gain value. The coin story has become a part of numismatic folklore, a tale that is passed down among collectors and enthusiasts. It serves as a reminder that even the most ordinary things can hold hidden potential, and that value is not always determined by the surface. As time passes, the legacy of the 1979p nickel continues to influence the world of coin collecting. The story of the coin's rise to fame has inspired countless collectors to dig through their collections, searching for coins that might have been overlooked or dismissed. The coin has become a symbol of the excitement and thrill that comes with finding something rare, a reminder that the pursuit of valuable objects can lead to incredible discoveries. Next, 1998 Jefferson nickel continued to captivate the imaginations of coin enthusiasts and collectors. Its influence only grew. Not just a rare coin, it became a case study, a lesson in the unpredictability of numismatics, and a symbol of how history sometimes reveals hidden treasures in the most unlikely places. As the coin's journey reached into the hearts of collectors, historians, and the general public, many began to reflect on the very nature of value itself. The numismatic community, once relatively small and niche, had found itself thrust into the spotlight. In the wake of the 1998 Jefferson nickel's record-breaking sale, coin collecting was no longer an obscure hobby. It had become a mainstream fascination, with news outlets, blogs, and social media platforms discussing the coin's mysterious rise to fame. For many, this was a watershed moment, not just in the world of coins, but in the history of collectibles as a whole. Experts were both astounded and impressed by the turn of events. While the era that caused the coin to be unique was rare, it wasn't entirely impossible for such an occurrence to happen again. Some believed that the perfect storm of circumstances that had led to the creation of the coin could theoretically repeat itself. Yet, many others knew that the factors that aligned to produce the one-of-a-kind nickel would be incredibly difficult to replicate. As a result, they viewed the coin as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, one that was destined to remain a unique anomaly in the annals of coin history. But in the aftermath of the auction, the entire coin industry was forced to rethink how it approached its craft. The flood of interest in the 1998 Jefferson nickel sparked a new wave of inquiries into the minting process itself. How many errors were out there, waiting to be discovered? Could other unrecognized treasures lie hidden in ordinary pockets, stashed away in old coin jars, or stored in dark corners of private collections? Coin collectors, already a passionate and discerning group, now had an even sharper eye for the subtle imperfections that could turn a humble penny or nickel into an object of tremendous value. The marketplace for rare and limited edition coins boomed, with collectors scouring mint catalogs, buying up coins that, in any other context, would have been regarded as simple currency. The world of coin collecting had evolved from a hobby to a booming industry, fueled by the belief that anything, even a 5-cent coin, could hold immense value. The spotlight on the 1998 Jefferson nickel only pushed that belief further into the collective consciousness. For the average person, it was easy to feel like there was no way they would ever stumble across a coin worth millions. But the excitement surrounding the nickel didn't just drive collectors into action, it fueled everyday people to take a fresh look at their spare change. Some even joked that everyone was now a potential millionaire, waiting to discover the next hidden treasure among the stacks of coins they'd accumulated over the years. While that was, of course, highly unlikely, it tapped into a deeper yearning for discovery and the thrill of possibility. The 1998 Jefferson nickel's unparalleled rise to fame led to the formation of entire companies and organizations dedicated to the discovery and verification of rare coins. Third-party certification services became the norm, offering collectors and investors a sense of security when purchasing coins. What had once been a loose, informal market was now a carefully regulated industry, with professionals ensuring that every coin was authenticated and given its proper value. The rise of online auction platforms made it even easier for people to access the world of numismatics, allowing individuals from all corners of the globe to participate in bidding wars for coins of significant value. And yet, despite the growing industry and widespread interest, the 1998 Jefferson nickel remained an enigma, unmatched in its rarity and its ability to capture the imagination. No other coin in the years following its sale would come close to achieving the same level of fame. Even coins with similar minting errors or unusual characteristics, no matter how rare, were unable to command the same astronomical sums. In many ways, the 1998 Jefferson nickel had set an impossible standard, and no coin could ever quite measure up to its legendary status. The legacy of the 1998 Jefferson nickel, however, extended beyond mere financial value. Its story became a metaphor for the unexpected in life, a symbol of how fortune can sometimes smile on the most unlikely of objects. The coin's astonishing rise to prominence also served as a reminder that sometimes the most overlooked, commonplace things could contain untold potential. The coin itself was a living piece of history, a tangible artifact that connected the present to the past in an extraordinary way. As time marched on, collectors and historians began to piece together the details of the minting process in greater depth. They examined the years leading up to 1998 and reflected on the ways in which technological advancements in coin production had helped to minimize errors. The US Mint had long prided itself on its precision and accuracy, but this coin reminded everyone that even the most sophisticated systems could occasionally produce a flaw. The fact that such a rare and valuable coin had slipped through the cracks only served to underscore the inherent unpredictability of the coin-making process. In addition to the technical aspects of the coin's creation, historians were also fascinated by the larger historical context in which the 1998 Jefferson nickel had come into being. The coin's era had been made during a time of transition for the United States, as the world was experiencing rapid technological advancements and economic changes. The 1998 Jefferson nickel, though unassuming in appearance, was a small window into the era, serving as a reminder of how society had changed during that period. In this way, the coin had become more than just a collector's item, it had become a cultural artifact, a symbol of the late 20th century, encapsulating the complexities and quirks of the times. As the decades passed, the 1998 Jefferson nickel became a permanent fixture in the world of numismatics, forever etched into the annals of history. Its impact was felt not only by collectors and investors, but by anyone who had ever held a coin in their hand and wondered about its story. It was a coin that captured the imagination of millions, showing that sometimes, fortune isn't just about finding something valuable, it's about discovering something rare and extraordinary in the most unexpected places. Eventually, even those who had not originally been interested in coin collecting began to appreciate the depth of the 1998 Jefferson nickel's significance. The coin had transcended the niche world of numismatics to become a symbol of what could be achieved when perseverance, curiosity, and a sharp eye for detail came together. It wasn't just the $1 million price tag that made the coin special, it was the remarkable journey it had taken from being an ordinary piece of currency to becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure. In many ways, the story of the 1998 Jefferson nickel became a modern-day legend, a tale passed down through the generations of coin collectors, investors, and everyday people. It reminded all who heard its story that value is often subjective, that what may seem insignificant at first glance could be imbued with far more meaning than one might realize. The coin's legacy lived on, as collectors and historians continued to marvel at the extraordinary nature of its creation and its journey through history. And as new generations of numismatists rose to prominence, the 1998 Jefferson nickel remained a benchmark, a symbol of how the most unassuming of objects could hold unimaginable value, forever changing the landscape of coin collecting and investment. The 1998 Jefferson nickel wasn't just a coin, it was a living testament to the unpredictable forces that shape the world of collectibles, a reminder of how even the smallest, most ordinary objects can, under the right circumstances, become treasures worth a fortune. And for that reason alone, it would continue to captivate the hearts and minds of all who encountered it.